What is going on, everyone? We are back with another Shocktober reaction. I am Depraved.
I'm Hellcat.
And together we are...
HellaDepraved.
Yes, we are. And hella excited. So...
It's going to be so good.
We are still continuing down Kerrang's top 50 most evil songs of all time. Obviously,
so far...
subjective.
So far he's subjectively wrong.
He's had a couple hits. Ghost.
Yeah, I mean, like... Yeah. That's one.
And then what was the other one that we... the Guns N' Roses?
Motley Crue. Motley Crue was the one that we did.
But it wasn't evil.
I mean, like, we qualify it as a Shocktober song because of the lyrics, but not evil.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one, we have to do an invisible video for, or a slightly visible video. Because it's with UMG, and UMG hates people. Unless they're spending money. So, we're skipping number 45. Because number 45 is the Beatles' Helter Skelter. And again, that's only considered evil because of how Charles Manson,
interpreted it, yeah.
in his mind, interpreted it. The song itself, not so much.
Plus, a lot of people are going to hate us here, but neither of us are Beatles fans. So
at all.
Yeah, we're just skipping it.
Although I did listen to like 10 seconds of that song, and it wasn't bad.
It's not a horrible song.
But it's...
Look, they have a couple songs that I'm like, yeah, okay. But the rest of them, I'm like, yeah, no.
Right. But the next one, number 44, which is what this is, if you've clicked into this video, the band's name is Aphrodite's Child, and the song is called The Four Horsemen.
Okay.
For those of you that don't know who the Four Horsemen are, it is considered the Four Horsemen.
Oh my God, if you don't know.
Of the apocalypse.
Where have you been?
Death.
Famine. War
and pestilence.
Yes.
I
mean, like, there are a couple swap outs in terms of naming scheme, but basic principle is the same. I think pestilence and famine are the ones that have alt names, but again, Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse, end of the world. Again,
it's the end of the world as we know it.
If you have never heard of the Four Horsemen, you live under a rock.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, so what we're going to do is we're going to listen to the song, we're going to pause and talk about things, we'll give an idea, we'll give you guys what our idea of what the song is about is, we'll read the genius lyrics to you.
Right.
And then we'll read why Kerrang put it on the list, and then we'll tell you whether or not it makes our playlist.
Right.
At the end of the day, that's what matters most.
Also, if we subjectively think that it's evil.
Right.
Have you ever heard of Aphrodite's Child?
No.
Me neither. Okay.
I haven't heard most of these bands that are on this list. Or for that matter. There's a few, obviously. But
okay.
Alright, so we're going to react to this. If you guys have already seen it, if not, click in the description below. Hop on over to All Things Coming Back, and we said it because we're coming to a reaction breakdown comedy channel. And what that means, we will pause for any and or all of the above. It is time to slash it up, break it down. This is Aphrodite's Child with the Four Horsemen.
Alright.
Let me pull up the lyrics here just in case, because you never know. You never know.
Right.
Let's get it.
Well, hello there.
And when the Lamb opened the first seal, I saw the first horse.
It's a pretty voice.
Right?
The horseman held the bow. And when the Lamb opened the second seal, I saw the second horse. The horseman held the sword.
Okay.
Alright, so before we get into it, we're just going to go with the lyrics as we go.
Okay.
Kind of combined two in one. So basically, what he said in the first verse is, and when the Lamb opened the first seal, I saw the first horse. The horseman held a bow. And when the Lamb opened the second seal, I saw the second horse. The horseman held a sword.
Right.
Honestly, almost kind of quoting the Bible here.
Yeah, it's from Revelation. And it's the vision that is Revelation.
Right.
And the Lamb would be the Lamb of God. And the seals are basically when they're broken is the steps towards the end of the world. Yeah.
Right. And did somebody really connotate each fucking line?
Huh.
Yeah. Lamb is Jesus.
Right.
Yeah, that's the horseman held a bow. This horseman is said to represent either plague or evangelism of the Gospels.
So pestilence, and the bow, he strikes you with the arrow, and that starts the plagues, basically. Yeah.
Right. And then the second one
Wouldn't that be
is war.
Yeah.
Or genocide. All right. I love his voice. Basically telling you what the colors are.
Yeah. For some reason, there's a color associated with each horse.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't like the way he worded it, though. I don't know why he went with, like, the leading horse is white, the second horse is red, and then he goes on to say the third one is a black, and then the last one is a green. Right. Obviously, he's not talking about people, but I'm just saying the way he worded, like, why didn't he just continue with the way he was saying it?
Yeah.
I don't... Anyways.
Horsemen had a balance. Now when the lamb opened the first seal, I saw the horse. The horseman was the best.
Alright, before we get back into the chorus breakdown, the third seal, or the third horse, has a balance.
Like the scales of justice.
Which are scales, and this is famine. And the scales represent how rations were given out during famines at the time of its writing.
Right.
And that leaves the last seal, which is the fourth, and the last horse is the pale horse in the oldest copies of the book. This is the Greek word chloros, which is most reasonably translated as pale or ashen. But the song is given its other meaning, green, which is chlorophyll. The green stuff in plants gets its name. And the fourth seal is referring to death.
Yeah.
This is the
pale
horseman
horse.
of death.
Yeah. Which is interesting because the horse is green.
Right.
Right. All right.
By the way, there is not a guitar solo out there that doesn't make me jealous.
Right. True.
Fuckers are really good at what they do. I love it. Makes me wish I could play guitar, but these tiny ass hands make everything hard to do.
Ukulele.
Yep. Alrighty. Hell of a breakdown there at the end.
Yeah, okay. So musically, I like it. Obviously, they're very talented.
I love his voice.
I love his voice. That guitar was amazing. Stay off of drugs, everybody. The huge, either Catholic or Orthodox cross that he was wearing for part of it, and it was the scene where they're completely overindulging in vices. They're getting drunk. There was a platter of drugs. You know, they're just mowing down on the food and so on and so forth.
Right.
My problem with this is lyrically, it's not very creative at all.
No.
I mean, the lyrics are very simplistic, and all he's doing is
describing the horses. He's pretty much, again, reciting.
Yeah, he just tells
revelations.
You when the first seal, second seal, third seal, and fourth seal are broken, which rider appears, and then the chorus is
the colors of their
what
horses.
color the horses are.
Yeah.
So again, don't do LSD, because that's all you can color on. The focus on the pretty colors. It sounds like it was written in the 70s.
All right, so Genius says that this song is about the Four Horsemen was one of the band's most famous songs. It discusses the Four Horsemen, famine, war, death, and pestilence, and their respective symbolic colors: white, red, black, and green. That's all it says there.
It. Okay.
So I mean, according to Genius, we nailed it.
Right.
Honestly,
there wasn't much to nail. Yeah.
The album was 666 was the name of the album. It was recorded in the 72.
Oh, okay.
Is when the album came out. According to Kerrang, the reason it is on the list, Greek proggers Aphrodite's Child featured crooner Demis or Demi?
Demis?
Demis?
I can't read from here.
Rousseau's and Blade Runner soundtrack genius Vangelis had big ideas for their 666 album, The Apocalypse itself. This account of the Four Horsemen's arrival is amazing, but it could have been improved if surrealist artist Salvador Dali had gotten his way with the album's release. He wanted to declare martial law in Barcelona, where swans stuffed with dynamite would be unleashed before elephants and archbishops carrying umbrellas bombarded the city's cathedral from the air. Oddly, this didn't come to pass.
Dear God, that sounds like a LSD dream right there.
But that's all it says.
Swans and elephants and bombs? Did I hear that correctly?
That's,
Sounds like Dolly, though.
yeah, he wanted to declare martial law in Barcelona.
Right.
Swans stuffed with dynamite would be unleashed before elephants.
Right. Okay,
And
I heard right.
Archbishops carrying umbrellas bombarded the city's cathedral from the air.
Wow. Wow.
That's wild.
Who the fuck if anybody's gonna think of that, it's gonna be
Dolly.
Dolly. But dear Lord. Honestly, a song about that would have almost been more interesting and therefore more evil than this one.
Yeah, so, okay. Here's my problem with the song. It is extremely basic.
Yeah.
There's no creativity that went into it whatsoever, other than the singing, the actual musical side of it.
The musical
The
side
musical
of it
side
is,
of it is very creative.
Lyrically, he's stating facts. He's
reading,
reciting.
He's reading the Bible.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
But it's not even like...
It's not even word for word.
The Bible describes it so much more. This is like a synopsis of...
Right.
Yeah.
And over and above all, really boring. And I don't see nothing evil about it. Talking about the Four Horsemen of the Apocalypse coming out isn't evil. It's the end of the world.
It's religious. But yeah.
That's not evil.
Yeah.
So it's not going to make the playlist.
Yeah.
And
I don't think it should have made 50 Most Evil Songs.
No.
So I disagree with him once again.
Yeah. I mean, The Devil Went Down to Georgia is more evil than this.
Yeah. At least it has some basis in evil.
Right.
I mean, this... Yeah.
So yeah, I don't agree with it being on the list. This is why we're going through the list. We're seeing what other people's ideas of evil is. Honestly, the situation he spoke about that had nothing to do with the song was more evil than the song was.
Well, that's what I was saying. I think they should have done a song about that. Especially with swans and elephants. That's great. It's like an Aladdin genie procession was going to happen.
Right.
In his brain, but then with bombs.
Right.
He wanted to make an appearance.
I would love to hear more of the guy's voice, though.
Yeah, no, I like Aphrodite's Child. I do. I would want to give them more of a chance, but like if they had more songs that were this basic,
right,
it doesn't matter how good of musicians they are. Okay, this one, I like the music, I love his voice, and so a lot of people could listen to this multiple times just because of that.
In the last 2 minutes of the song alone was just them going da 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 da.
But see, that's it would drive me nuts. Is basically what I'm gonna say. Like lyrically,
right?
It would drive me nuts. Yeah.
I can see that. All right, so I guess that's it.
Yeah.
If you guys like the video, slash that like button, subscribe, ring the bell for notifications. Comment down below, what did you think of Aphrodite's Child, The Four Horsemen? Also, comment down below if there's anything else you guys want to see reaction to. Check the description below for all things.
Push our buttons. Come join us on our other social media platforms, mostly Twitter if you want a quicker response.
We love you guys. Thank you all for watching. Cannot wait to see you depraved people later. Bye.